Welcome you all to today's Model 2 discussion, and the topics of Model 2 discussions are the same chapter, components of food, and the topics are fats and oils. There is a test to prove the presence of fat in food. Some additional information regarding the fat. The second topic is protein. There is also a test to prove the presence of protein in food or milk. Vitamins, their sources and the uses. Different types of vitamins and the minerals up to this. This is your second chapter, components of food. The first topic is fats and oils. In our previous module 1, we had discussed regarding the different components of foods. There are 7 different types of nutritional components of food: carbohydrate, fat, or protein, vitamins, minerals, water, and fiber. Today's discussion is based on fat, protein, vitamins, and minerals. These are the nutrients or components of food. Fat. In another word, fats are also known as oil. They are almost similar substances. Saturated fat. These are normally solid fats at room temperature. Saturated fats are solid fats at room temperature, and unsaturated fats are liquid fats at the room temperature. Clear? Fats are of 2 types: saturated fats and the unsaturated fats. When a fat is solid at room temperature, that fat will be known as saturated, and when a fat is in liquid state at room temperature, this will be known as the unsaturated fat. Through warming, fats melt into the liquid. On warming, we can say fat easily melt into liquid. And we know fats are mainly energy giving food like carbohydrate, but this is a more important point regarding the fat, that fats are 2 times richer in energy than the same amount of carbohydrates. This is very important. Fats are 2 times richer in energy than the same amount of carbohydrate. What are the examples or sources of fats and the oils? First, we will see the example of animal sources of fat or oils, such as ghee, milk, butter, cheese, egg, meat, etc. These are the animal sources of fat. And for the case of plant sources of fat and oils, such as mustard, different types of seeds, example mustard, sunflower, olive, peanut, coconut, etc. These are the plant sources of fat and oil. Clear? Now there is a test. Through this we can easily prove the presence of fat in food, and the test is known as the paper-based test. The procedure is very simple, that we have to take a small amount of food and we have to wrap it in a piece of paper, and after that we have to crush it. And after straightening the paper, we have to observe carefully. The observations are, we will see that an oily patch on the paper of the food will be present there, and this will make the paper translucent. Clear? Hence we can conclude that due to the presence of oily patch on the paper, it proves the presence of oil or fat in that food item. I hope the test is clear. Very easier one. Now come to this next additional information regarding fat or oil. This is very important that camel's milk includes insulin, and this is very or highly effective in the controlling the diabetes. Clear? Insulin is one kind of hormone, and that will act against the diabetes disease. That's why camel milk is very or highly effective in order to control the diabetics of the diabetic patient, because the milk is consisted of insulin. Likewise, goat's milk is also highly recommended due to its medicinal property. Now the protein. We know that protein are bodybuilding food. It is one of the most important nutrients of food, and it will help in growth and repair of the injured or damaged parts of the body. It will also help for the growing. It will also play an important role in growth and development of the children, because growing children need more protein for their rapid growth. Now see, what are the proteins here in biological sense? We can say that all enzymes are protein, and enzymes are what? Enzymes are digestive juice. Digestive juices are known as enzymes, and all enzymes will be known as the protein. Here on head, nails on finger and the toes are the pure protein. These are the examples of the protein. On the human body, we can say blood and blood cells are also protein, and these help in the distribution of oxygen, food, antibodies, and enzymes also to the different parts of the body. Clear? Similarly, skin, muscles, bone, and food and blood cells are also known as the primarily proteins. Now the sources of protein. We know that protein may come from both sources of plants and the animals. Additional information is a baby needs more protein in addition to the carbohydrate. Reason is protein helps in the formation of the new tissues in the child's body for the growth. Clear? That's why a baby needs more protein in comparison to the carbohydrate. Reason is the protein will help the formation of new tissues in the body of child or in the child's body for the growth purpose. Now there is also a test to prove the presence of protein in either in food or milk. First, we will try to understand the test to prove the presence of protein in food. The materials required, we have to take the food item first, the paste or mashed one food item, and the two different types of solution. Number one is copper sulfate, or we also call it blue vitriol solution. Another is sodium hydroxide, or also known as the caustic soda solution. And what is the procedure now? We have to first prepare a paste by mashing the food item And thereafter we have to take it in the test tube, and we have to add some water in it, and we have to shake well to prepare a suspension. Clear? This is the suspension of water, the mixture of water and the food item. After that we have to warm the suspension on the flame, and we have to bring it for cooling. Clear? Thereafter we have to add a few drops of sodium hydroxide solution using a dropper, and thereafter we have to add either 1 or 2 drops of blue vitriol solution to the suspension. The observation we will get that there will be the change in the color formation from blue to purple or the violet of the suspension, and it will show that the food under the test includes the protein. This is the case for the proving the presence of protein in food. Now the second case is to test for the proof of presence of protein in milk. The same procedure we will apply using the same solution, but solution here, one solution would be quite different. The solution is first such as we have to take the sodium, ammonium hydroxide or the sodium hydroxide solution. Instead of taking those solutions which were used to prove the presence of protein in food. And the procedure is we have to take 1 milliliter of milk in a test tube, and thereafter we have to add a little dilute ammonium hydroxide solution, or also known as the sodium hydroxide solution, for preparing a suspension. Clear? And in that suspension we have to add blue copper sulfate solution, and we will see in the observation that there will be also the change in color formation from blue to violet, and this will prove the presence of protein in the milk. This is the test. The third important nutrient of food is the vitamins. Regarding the vitamins, they are the substances that present or occur in the food, and we can easily get vitamins from both sources, plant and animals. This is very important that these vitamins are required in a small amount or quantity, but they are highly essential for good health, for maintaining good health and the protection of our body against the diseases. Pay your attention over here. Lack or shortage of vitamins in our food may lead to illness. And the word vitamin comes from the Latin word vita, and it means life. This chart is very important for you. You have to read it thoroughly again and again. This chart will represent 3 different types of information regarding the vitamins. This is regarding the different names of vitamins. This is the sources of different types of vitamins, and these are the uses of different types of vitamins. One by one we will discuss in detail. Vitamin A. This is a fat soluble vitamin. All types of vitamins are categorized into 2 groups broadly. One type of vitamins are fat soluble vitamin, and another type is the water soluble vitamins. Fat soluble vitamins are A, D, E, K, and water soluble vitamins are B, C, P. Clear? This is the page number 26, and naming the vitamins. See here. We can easily group all types of vitamins into 2 groups broadly, such as for soluble vitamins, these are the water This is the fat soluble vitamins. Examples are A, D, E, K. This is one group, and second group is the water soluble vitamins, and the examples are the BCP, vitamin B, C, and P, and vitamin A, D, E, K are the fat soluble vitamins. Clear? Why they are being called fat soluble vitamins? Because vitamin A, D, E, K are soluble in fat, and vitamin V, C, and P are soluble in water. That's why vitamin B, C, P are known as the water soluble vitamins. Clear? There is an extra information regarding the vitamin B complex. Vitamin B complex is a group of what? At least 11 basic vitamins such as B1, B2, B3, B6, and B12, including folic acids, pantothenic acids, etc., biotin, choline. These are the vitamins known as, in a group, vitamin B complex. Clear? Vitamin B complex is water soluble. Vitamin C is also water soluble. Now remind this important information that vitamins are not stored in the body. Vitamins are not stored in the body, and they get lost through excretion, through the process of excretion. Clear? Excretion means sweating, by sweating, and the urination. And the basic information about vitamins is such as, if I say, in 1911, the Polish scientist named Casimir Frank, a Polish scientist in the year 1911, identified some important substances as essential part of the food for growth, for proper growth, good health, and lack of these important substances may lead to diseases, though they are required in very small quantity. These type of substances are named as vitamins by this Polish scientist Casimir Frank in the year 1911. Mind it. It is scurvy. Scurvy is a disease of the gum, bleeding gum, we can say, due to the lack of vitamin C. Scurvy, the another name is bleeding gum. Bleeding gum is known as scurvy, and it is caused by the deficiency of vitamin C. Now let's try to understand regarding the different types of vitamins in details. Vitamin A, fat soluble vitamin, and sources are fruits, vegetables, carrot, papaya, etc. Now this is very important. What are the uses? Vitamin A is very essential for healthy skin, number one, bright eyes, and it deficiency may lead to night blindness. Clear? And the another term of night blindness is poor night vision. Vitamin B complex. Mind it, it is a group of 11 vitamins, and it is water soluble. Sources are yeast, sprouts or germinated seeds, wheat germ, beans, bananas, eggs, meat, etc. What are the uses? It protects us from beriberi. Beriberi is a nervous disease. Eye sore or anemia. Anemia means there is not enough blood in our body. and it also help relief from nerve pain, and it also protects us from muscle twisting. This is the role of vitamin B in our body. Now regarding vitamin C is also a water soluble vitamin. What are the sources? Sources are orange, lemon, mainly the citrus fruits. Fruits. These are the main sources of vitamin C. There are also green vegetables, and the scientific name of vitamin C is ascorbic acid. The function or uses is it prevents infection from cold in throat and the chest infection, clear, and it helps in early repair in injuries. Vitamin D, it is also a fat soluble vitamin. Sources are milk, fat, liver, egg, cheese, butter, edible oils, etc. And the function or uses are it prevents softening and deformation of bones. That means it saves the rickets disease. Rickets disease is the bone disease. Regarding the vitamin D, there is an additional information that vitamin D is also known as sunshine vitamin. The reason is sun rays react with the oil of the skin, and thereafter, after reacting with the oil of the skin, the sun ray will produce the vitamin D in our body naturally. This is the natural process, clear? And that's why vitamin D is known as the sunshine natural vitamin. People who are living in air conditioned buses, offices are very much prone to deficient of vitamin D. Therefore, they should give extra vitamin D tablets. Vitamin E is also a fat soluble vitamin, and the sources are different types of such as nuts, almond or maybe walnut, and the uses are it prevent early aging, and it maintains a freshness of skin and helps in faster healing or repairing of damaged tissues. Vitamin K, it is a fat soluble vitamin. The sources are cabbage, spinach, methi, etc. The important function of vitamin K is it prevents excessive bleeding and helps in the process of clotting of blood. The last topic of today's discussion is the mineral. This is also an important nutrient of food. These are mainly the form of salts. Clear? Minerals are mainly the forms of salts. And they are mainly taken up as a part of our food and water. They are required for growth, formation of blood cells, healthy bones, and for strong teeth. These are the uses of minerals in our body. Minerals are required in good quantity, and some kind of minerals are in traces, means very small quantity. Some minerals are required in good quantity, whereas for the case of other minerals which are required in some very small amount or some amount. Clear? What are the examples of the minerals? Examples are calcium, phosphorus. These are the minerals required for the formation of strong, healthy bones, teeth, and they are required in good quantity. That means more quantity. For the case of iron, it is also important constituent of hemoglobin, and it is present in the red blood cells. The sodium is also a mineral. and it helps the flow of in the flowing of blood. Zinc and potassium and the iodine are also required, but they are required in traces, means small amounts. These are the some minerals which are very essential for our body, for maintaining the proper growth, for the formation of blood cells, healthy bones, strong teeth, etc. Thanks for watching.